Hello. I recognize this is not the form you usually see me in, but my camera's over there charging while I film a bigger video, so there had been something that was on my mind for quite a while relating to the music industry, and I wanted to ask the question, why? But let me start with an anecdote. In the summer of 2023, R&B singer Tinashe and UK rapper Shy Girl announced a joint US tour. Shy Girl previously opened at the Axis Club in Toronto, which is a medium-sized venue with a capacity of around 600, with no trouble filling the space at all. Can account I was there. So their tour stop in Toronto would be at Rebel nightclub, which can accommodate 2,500 attendees for main floor live events. The decision to upgrade the venue was justifiable, as Tinashe, although sharing a considerable queer Twitter fandom overlap with Shy Girl, is undeniably more famous. She's a multi-platinum singer, dancer, and actress who has been in the spotlight for over 2 decades, known as best as a child actress for playing a character in Akeelah and the Bee, and voicing the overly optimistic girl in the Polar Express. I did not know, before she transitioned to making music in the early 2010s. She's collaborated with Travis Scott, Britney Spears, A$AP Rocky, K Tronada, Diplo, Nick Jonas, Young Thug, Chance the Rapper, Future, Offset, Ty Dolla $ign, Metro Boomin, Calvin Harris, Black Bear, and was on the Hunger Games Mockingjay soundtrack. She's also toured with Katy Perry, Nicki Minaj, and Maroon 5. Shy Girl, however, made a quiet debut in 2016 with a few experimental singles and gained popularity by collaborating with artists in the queer Twitter hyperpop music scene such as Sega Bodega, Arca, Sophie, and Cuckoo Chloe. It was only in late 2018 that she was able to quit her day job as a signed model to pursue music full-time, and her debut album Nymph was recently released in 2022. Initially, many assumed the tour was promoted as a joint venture due to the social proximity of both of their fan bases, but it was actually just Shy Girl opening for Tinashe because she was undeniably bigger. This assumption came about because Tinashe had unexpectedly released an extension of her 2021 project 333, whereas Shy Girl had already completed the tour for her debut album Nymph earlier that year. In reality, they planned for a total co-headlining situation, similar to Kali Uchis and Georgia Smith's joint tour in 2019, with both artists named in bold, equal set lengths, on-stage live collaboration, the whole works of a joint tour. When the tickets went on sale, I monitored them for a bit. I'm a huge Shy Girl fan. The tickets I saw were about $65 to $85 Canadian price range, which is actually more reasonable than one would have thought considering it was over a month since they had gone on sale at that point. That price range would be standard for like a one headliner at Rebel. So despite never getting into Tinashe's music personally, I always was aware of her legacy in the industry and her status as a great performer, so I kept my finger over the checkout button for a little bit. In mid-October, the week before the tour was set to begin, it was cancelled due to Shy Girl requiring immediate surgery for an ongoing respiratory condition. In Tinashe's statement, she wrote, "Unfortunately, due to a medical condition, Shy Girl will be unable to perform on tour and we've been forced to make the difficult decision to cancel. I am beyond devastated that I will no longer be able to bring my brand new show to my fans next weekend, but the show must go on. Since receiving this news, I've been working tirelessly with my team to put together my own tour, which will be announced in the coming weeks. The new show is absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to show you what we've been working so hard on. I love you all and promise to see you soon. BB Angel Tour loading." From the last-minute cancellation labeled as a difficult decision to her set from this tour being converted to a brand new solo tour set, I came to a realization, and that was that Tinashe was nowhere near as famous as I thought she was. She needed Shy Girl to play Rebel because she couldn't do it on her own. The BB Angel solo tour mentioned above is also coming to Toronto, specifically at the Danforth Music Hall, which can accommodate around 1,500 people. Don't get me wrong, Tinashe still has a wildly successful career. She currently boasts more than 6 million monthly listeners, and performing in a venue with a capacity of 1,500 is beyond what most any artist could dream of. It's an industry anomaly. She has the resume and name credit within the entertainment business of an artist who plays way larger venues. How is it possible someone with these credentials is seemingly losing traction over the years? There isn't one correct answer, but if you've ever heard of the RCA Curse, it sounds like it could be part to blame. RCA is a record label owned by Sony Music Entertainment. It's one of Sony Music's 4 major labels alongside Columbia, Arista, and Epic. They announced their signing of Tinashe in early 2012. RCA had a vision of her to be a mainstream pop artist compared to Beyonce, which clashed with Tinashe's own musical style of what she wanted to make. This led to constant delays in her own projects as the label sought a hit single before ever releasing her work. Her debut album Aquarius had a promising start with the single 2 On reaching 24 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2014. However, the gap between this single and the next was 7 months. Moreover, they made her switch the album cover so that the image that she chose ended up being on the back. In 2019 on Twitter, a fan tweeted about the cover change, to which Tinashe responded, "I remember being in London, sitting in the car crying because I had to change it." Her next album, Joyride, was supposed to to be released in 2015, but was delayed for 4 years, in part due to RCA's lack of interest in her without any hit singles and their preoccupation with Zayn Malik's success. During this period, Tinashe bore the responsibility of financing and releasing music videos on her own from her earlier projects. In a bid to attract attention from fans and RCA, she resorted to leaking tracks from her own album Joyride. Throughout 2015 and 2016, she was caught in a cycle of teasing new lead singles, releasing them, and then postponing the release of Joyride. Around this time, she also collaborated with two of the most controversial artists in the entire industry, Chris Brown and R. Kelly. She later revealed she had no control over this decision. "I blocked that song out from my mind. I forgot that even exists. That's so embarrassing. That is so unreal that I even have a song with R. Kelly." Unexpectedly, she announced a different album named Night Ride. However, RCA did not recognize Night Ride as an official studio album and consequently did not provide Tinashe with resources or promotion. She self-promoted the project as a mixtape, which just led to its quiet release and exit. Despite Tinashe's best efforts, Night Ride didn't yield any significant hits, leaving her career path very uncertain. The uncertainty surrounding Joyride's cancellation, coupled with the disorganized release of singles, did not aid in boosting her mainstream popularity at all. When Joyride was eventually released as her third album, it significantly deviated from the original version, resembling more of a contractual obligation amid disputes with her record label. Tinashe's struggle to achieve greater success was greatly amplified by RCA's reported negligence in promoting her project. Her new releases were allegedly not submitted for any of the streaming platform playlists, making it difficult for her new music to be discovered under the new release tabs. Fans have also criticized RCA's choice of singles, as they were perceived as the weaker tracks that were not representative of Tinashe's sound but were specifically made for radio play. The timing of sending her songs to radio is reportedly too late. Some of the singles were apparently never sent at all. Additionally, the promotion of her singles was sparse, with only 1 or 2 public appearances following each release, none of which were on major platforms. This unfavorable situation eventually led to Tinashe's departure from RCA, sparking the revitalization of her career through an independently released album, Songs for You, in 2019. RCA can't be entirely to blame, however, as there are many other small details about Tinashe's career that might not be aligning with the general public. Firstly, Tinashe has been with her management team for so long and is so close with them that she considers them family, and it's possible that they might not be well equipped enough to manage an artist as big as she should be, so she just plateaus. Additionally, Tinashe's lack of a hit single can make it really difficult for the general public to remember her amidst a sea of artists. Her consistency in music style, while appreciated by some, may have also played a role in her lack of success, because she hasn't significantly diversified her sound over time. Though possibly attributed to RCA, in my personal opinion, BB Angel did not seem to curve too hard into a new sound, as much as it curved into a new aesthetic. Lastly, a common criticism of Tinashe's music is that it's just boring, which seems to be the label a lot of R&B haters give the genre, but to each their own. Tinashe, despite her remarkable talent as a singer, songwriter, producer, dancer, and actor, fell victim to label politics. She has been navigating a system that seems to prioritize instant hits over long-term growth and creative freedom. It's a system that, while it has allowed her to share her art, may not have fully recognized or capitalized on her potential. She was seemingly overshadowed by the success of her label mates and was forced to carve her own career path, and this is why her fan base closely resembles that of Shy Girl. It's DIY. It doesn't cater to mainstream radio, but instead promotes collaboration over spotlight. It's smaller, but seems comfortably sustainable for Tinashe when compared to all the shed tears over changed album covers and creative decisions out of her control. Maybe Tinashe isn't the next Beyonce RCA wanted her to be, but she occupies an important space that works for her and for her fans, and that's one where she's in control. Thanks for hearing me out, Tinashe fans. Can you tell that I wrote that for class?